Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. The topic of the video is now visible on the screen. Yeah, today we are going to talk about on the topic, that is ratio and proportion. First of all, the two important terms for today's video. Actually, you see, I am clearly mentioning the things because some may not say that we have not discussed the things that we are going to solve today, or that we are going to learn. Actually, today we won't do any kind of problem sums. Actually, I have seen in many of my videos, actually there's not response of the public, of the students generally. But from my point of view, actually, you see, first of all, we have to do some basic sums in order to clear up the concept. And today we will not move on to problem sums. Today we will be doing some basic sums in order to build the concept which we need in each and every step of solving the sums, whether it is easy or whether it is a bit tough. Okay, first of all, two terms, that is extreme and mean. You see, first of all, I have taken as 1:2:3. Here 1 and 3 are extremes and 2 is mean. Similarly, it's here 3 digits are taken. So you may ask, what will be, it is odd, but what will be in the case of even number, even proportion? So it will be 1. So another proportion that I have considered for setting an example for explanation of the term is that 1:2:3:4. Here 1 and 4 are extremes and 2 and 3 are mean. Okay, now I hope the term, that is extremes and means, are very much clear to you all. And as you have seen, I have not given any type of introduction today. You all know very well I am Saurav Ghosh and it's learning with Saurav. So I do not consider it to integral part of the video. Explanation should be our main motive, main target. You should understand. Okay, this is the first sum that we are going to solve today. Actually, you see, it is sum 1, but in this sum you have to solve three. It is divided into 3 parts. 3 sums include in one question. Find the mean proportion between number 1, Roman 1, 4.9 and 0.9. Actually, I hope you have now understand the meaning of the term mean, which is in the middle. So first of all, the assumption, this means these sums are based on total assumption. So you have to first of all very much be clear. Actually, concept needs to be very much clear. First of all, we will consider in each and every case the consideration, the assumption that will always be same. So we will assume that the mean proportion is x, is y, anything you like, any variable. Any type of what to say, so the term variable may also be wrong. It's I don't know whether it is wrong or right. You can take any alphabet or m and anything. I will take x. X is a bit common one. So now my mother will hold the camera, so I will be start explaining you the sums. First of all, we will solve number 1. So first of all, we will assume that let the mean proportion be x. I hope you understand. Actually, mean is in the middle. So what I want to say is that you can skip also this part. It is not necessary, but I will not skip because I know how to do, but you may not know. I am just teaching you how to do. So because it's the first sum and the basic, so we have to do, I will show you later on. I may not show. That is 4.9 is to x is to 0.9. I hope now you can see very much clearly that x is now the mean proportion. You see, it means now you can get like this as 4.9 is to x equals to x is to 0.9. Actually, what I am going to say is that you can directly move on to this step also. It doesn't matter at all. You can directly move on to this step, but I have shown you this step just for just to explain you so that you can understand better. Whenever you go for each and every steps in the beginning, you can build your concept very much. So now you can see that actually what I want to say is that actually proportion is nothing, just it's the divided by symbol. Means it the, means what to say, the treatment will be like division, means it will go to the denominator. You see, means treatment, I am going to say the word treatment will be given as if in the case of division. Now you see x into x is x square, and 4.9 into 0.9 is 4.41. If you find out the square root of this, you will get the answer as 2.1. Actually you can see that the sum is fully completed, but you have to write a means final statement that therefore the required mean proportion is 2.1. Yeah, though, so this sum is completed. Actually you can see also first sum was in point only, in terms of point, and that doesn't matter, but from my point of view, if you get a whole number in your exam, that is a very means you are very much lucky that you are getting whole numbers. The calculation will be very much easy. And now we will be moving on to sum number 2. Here also we will take, let the mean proportion be x. You can see the statement I have written. So now the line that is optional, but I am doing in order to build your concept, is that 25 is to x is to 81, which means 25 is to x equals to x is to 81. I hope it is very much clear to you all. Means treatment will be like division only. So the same treatment is being done by me. You can see x square equals to 25 into 81. Okay, now means bit tricks that I am going to show you today. No need to multiply these two terms. Okay, if you multiply these two terms, it will consume your time, and you need to be very much careful about means time management you need to learn from today itself. Whether you are junior or you are belong to senior class, time management is required in every classes. It's a important part of your life also. So what I am going to tell you is that factorize 25 separately and factorize 81 separately. So this will reduce your task of multiplying, and you will get the answer as rupees, sorry, not in terms of rupees, but you will get the answer as 45. Simply you can do, means you do the simplification, no need of multiplication. Just simplify them separately in order to get the answer. Okay, now we will be moving on to the third part of this sum, not of this video. Means it is the part of the video only, this sum, but it is not sum number 3, it is part of sum number 1. So here also assumption will be same. Our basic assumption in all the 3 cases will be the same, that is, let the mean proportion be x. And I request you watch whatever you like in YouTube. I don't have any objection, but at least whatever you watch, half a time you watch not only my channel, in any other channel you like about your study related things, because watching many things like chef, cooking, gaming, or comedy, that will refresh you but not going to help you in your exams. So whatever is will help you in your exam, that is education. You need knowledge, you need means you need these things. So I always prefer this, means these types of channel or these types of videos on educational videos I always do prefer. Things it's up to you whatever you watch, but my request that I made, it's up to you. If you follow my guidelines, you will have good results. You just, it's a bet, you trust me, you will do good results, that's for granted. You can see here that 121 is to x is to 144. Yeah, so it will be 121 is to x equals to x is to 144. You can see. So treatment is same like in case of division. 121 divided by x equals to x divided by 144. So it will be x square equals to 121 into 144. Now the same thing that I repeated in the means sum means part 2 of sum number 1, that factorize these two terms separately. No need of multiplication. If you means factorize these two terms separately, you will the sum will be means very much simple for you, without consuming much time, and the answer will be 132. So in all the three cases we have got the answer. Means these are the basic sums. You means you need to build up your concept as well as your means what to say confidence in order to solve other sums. We will now next move on to another category of sum. Means you see, I am not going to repeat the same sum. Means yeah, you can see in the first case that we have got is in terms of point. Second one was a bit easy. The means it was not in point in terms of whole number only, but the numbers were means small in what to say 2-digit number. In the third case we took 3-digit number, but here we will not repeat anything. Next sum will be a separate one. Will be it is a sum of mean. Next sum will be maybe, or I don't know, I have to turn on the page. I have written the question. It may be a sum on extremes also. So be means very much careful that we don't repeat similar category of sums, because when I teach you means this means these three means what to say these three similar type of sum, I expect you to solve means any sum of this category. You that should be your knowledge. You must solve now when you have means gathered the knowledge. You should have that much capacity to solve each and every sum which belongs to this category. The numbers may be changed, it may be in terms of point, it may be in terms of fraction, that doesn't matter, but you must have the capacity. Now we will move on to sum number 2 of this video. This is sum number 2, which again consists of 3 parts. Actually, you see here we have to find out the third proportion, and assumption in all the 3 cases will be same. These are the basic things which I tell you before solving the sum, and next I hope you understand. So now we will begin with means we will start solving the sums. So now explanation of the sums will start, as well as with steps. Solution. Assumption in all the 3 cases, as I have said you, is will always be same. So we will assume that the means what to say third proportion be x. That will be our fundamental or basic assumption for solving these sums. Let the third proportion be x. You see, I have taken it as x. I hope it is visible. Yeah, it is not visible. Yeah. So now in sum number 1 the mean proportion was x. Here the mean proportion is not x, the third proportion is x. The first two are given. It means all the 3 terms, that is 4, 8 and x, all 3 are in proportion, if I am not wrong and if you understand. So 4:8:x means these 3 are in proportion. So we will get it as 4:x equals to 8:x. You see, treatment will be same as with in the case of division. 4 divided by 8 equals to 8 by x. 1s are 2s are. Value of x is 16. Therefore the sum is completed, and the answer that is the third proportion. The final statement that you have to write is that the third proportion is 16, and then the sum will be completed. I hope you have understand the explanation. Now we will be moving on to part 2 of sum number 2. That is, yeah, I hope it is visible. Assumption will be same. Let the third proportion be x. You see, third proportion is taken as x. Now 8 divided by 7 is to 12 divided by 35 is to x. All the 3 terms are in proportion. So we will get it as 8 divided by 7 is to 12 divided by 35 equals to 12 divided by 35 is to x. Treatment will be same like in case of division. When there is division, we will convert it into multiplication, and while we convert this, the means this will be means reciprocal, that will be 35 divided by 12, that is you will get it as 8 divided by 7 into 35 divided by 12 equals to 12 divided by 35x. Now you see, you yeah, you can't see actually. Yeah, I'm making it visible. Yeah, you see, now we will be solving this sum, that is when x will be you will get x as 12 into 12 into 7 divided by 35 into 35 into 8. You do the simplification, you might not get this equation. I do not insist you, force you to get this equation. You may get some other equation, but the answer of x you will going to get is 18 divided by 175, if I am not wrong. I may be wrong also in that case, but calculation is up to you. I am here to teach you the method as well as explanation. Calculation is up to you. I know this answer is right, but then also I do not take the risk of proving it right. You may get some else answer also. But up to the best of my knowledge and belief, this is the answer. This is the answer. So now we will be moving on to the third category of sum, means not third category, third part of sum number 2 we will be doing now. Assumption, basic assumption, that will be same in all the three cases, as I have told you. Sum number 3, let the third proportion be x. Okay, you see third proportion is x. Yeah, it's visible now. You see, don't confuse yourself, because in the question the two terms are given as 2a and 5a cubed, so the answer will be in terms of a only. So when you get the answer as in terms of a, do not think that the answer is wrong or whether you have mistaken the answer. So answer will be in terms of a only. So do not means misunderstand that. So equation means it will be 2a is to 5a cube is to x. All the three terms are in proportion. So it will be somewhat like this: twice a is to 5a cube equals to 5a cube is to x. Treatment will be same as in the case of division. 2a divided by 5a cube equals to 5a cube divided by x. I hope you understand this. Actually, you see, here it is a and here it is a cube. So here it will be a square. This means a cube means what? A into a. So one a will get cancelled. So means a into a. A into a will be nothing but a square. 2 divided by 5a square equals to 5a cube divided by x. So it will be somewhat like this: twice x equals to 5a cube into 5a square. Now you while we come to this part, you should be very much clear about your concept. You can't treat means constant and variable together. You separate treatment should be given. So you write it as 5 into 5 and a cube into a square. You see, a to the power m into a to the power n equals to nothing but a to the power m plus n, that is 3 plus 2 will be 5. Now I will be turning on the page, just wait for a while. Now you see, it will be twice x equals to 25 a to the power 5. So x will be what? X equals to 25 a to the power 5 divided by 2. You see, the sum is fully completed. We have means got the answer of this sum. But something that you need to write, without which you will not get full marks, is that the third proportion is 25 a to the power 5 divided by 2. Now we will be moving on to the third sum of this video. The third sum is now visible on the screen. We will here find out the fourth proportion. We will find out the means fourth proportion But something we need to know before solving the sum is that you see here the first proportion is in meter, second is in terms of meter, and the third is in terms of rupees. So you can ask, or means this is something which is asked in the question even for 1 mark also. In one term, in what terms will be the fourth proportion in? So the fourth proportion will be in terms of rupees, not in terms of meter. You see, you do not confuse yourself. And similarly in the third case also, the first proportion is in terms of rupees, similarly second is also in terms of rupees, and third is in terms of rupees. So the fourth proportion will be in terms of rupees and not in terms of, sorry, I'm very much sorry. Fourth proportion will be in terms of kg, not in terms of rupees. Actually, you see, it depends upon, before the fourth proportion, the proportion having which means, what to say, what unit, that will be the unit of the fourth proportion. I hope you means sometimes there arises a communication problem, but that doesn't matter. I hope you understand. Let's hope for the best. And now moving on to the solution. Assumption in all the three cases will be same. Yeah, so assumption, first of all we will assume that the fourth proportion be x. You see, fourth proportion is taken as x. Now you see, 9 is to 17 is to 36 is to x. It means nothing, but it will be as 9 is to 17 equals to 36 is to x. Treatment will be same as in the case of division. 9 divided by 17 equals to 36 divided by 6. So the answer you are going to get is rupees 68. Yeah, it will be in terms of rupees. You need to be very much clear. I have said only in the beginning of the sum. It is the sum is fully completed. Now moving on to the part 2 of sum 3. Sum 3 part 2. Assumption in all the cases will be same. Now let us assume that the fourth proportion be x. Now you see, 6 is to 9 is to 10 is to x. 6 is to 9 equals to 10 is to x. So you see, 6 divided by 9 equals to 10 divided by x. So the value of x that you are going to get is 15. So the answer, means sum is also completed. And now we will move on to the third sum of sum number 3. These all the sums are part of one sum only. I hope you understand, these are not separate sums. Now assumption that will be same, that the fourth proportion be x. Now fourth proportion is x. So 14 is to 20 is to 21 is to x. It's all right. 14 is to 20 equals to 21 is to x. Treatment will be same, that is 14 divided by 20 equals to 21 divided by x. Now you see, the value of x that you are going to get is it will cancellation will be done. You see, cancellation 7 10. So the value that you are going to get is 21 into 10 divided by 7. The value, the required answer, the value of x is 30. You see, the sum is completed. But do not forget that in all the three cases you need to write a final statement, that is the fourth proportion is 30 kg. It will be in terms of kg, and in the first case it will be in terms of rupees, and in the second case there will be no unit after the means answer. So means this sum is completed. Now we will be moving on to the next category of sum, that is sum number 4. We have come to sum number 4. The question is, if a is to b equals to 2 is to 5, and B is to C equals to 4 is to 7. Find out A is to C, the value of A is to C. What to say? That A is to B equals to 2 is to 5. But I have said you as the treatment of H2 is similarly same as the treatment of division. That means A by B equals to 2 divided by 5. Mark it as number 1. And B is to C equals to 4 is to 7. It means B divided by C equals to 4 divided by 7. It is number 2. You can see how you need to understand that you need A and you need C. But if you see in first case the B is in denominator and in second case the B is in numerator. So if we plus it, it will not be get cancelled. If we subtract it, it will not be get cancelled. If we divide it, then also it will not be get cancelled. We have to multiply it in order to cancel that. This is the technique of remembering the sum and understanding. So 1 into 2 will give us A divided by B into B divided by C equals to 2 divided by 5 into 4 divided by 7. B gets cancelled, that is A divided by C equals to A divided by C equals to 8 divided by 35. It implies A is to C equals to 8 is to 35. You see, the sum was quite easy and you need to understand. If you understand, each and every sum will be easy. So sum number 5, if A is to B equals to 3 is to 4, comma, B is to 3, B is to C equals to 5 is to 7, C is to D equals to 8 is to 9. So from here only you can see, in first case the B is in denominator, and in second case the B is in numerator and C is in denominator. In third case C is in numerator. So everything will get cancelled if we multiply it, and we will get means these things in terms of A and D only, because in A will not be get cancelled, A is not repeated and D is also not repeated. So A divided by B equals to 3 by 4. Mark it as 1. B divided by C equals to 5 divided by 7. Mark it as 2. C divided by D equals to 8 divided by 9. Mark it as 3. Now multiply these terms. 1 into 2 into 3. That is A divided by B into B divided by C into C divided by B equals to 3 divided by 4 into 5 divided by 7 into 8 divided by 9. 4 1s are 4 2s are 3 1s are 3 3s are. Cancellation I have done. B gets cancelled, C gets cancelled. That means A is to D equals to 10 is to 21. Here you can't cancel anything, simple multiplication is being done. I hope you have understand. The sum is fully completed. Now let's moving on to the next sum of the video. We have come to sum number 6. The question is, if A is to B equals to 2 is to 5, find 2A plus 7B is to 7A minus B. So treatment will be somewhat like this only. A divided by B equals to 2 by 5. Let us assume it to be K. I have written here, say, you can write as assumption letters, it is up to you. In order to save time and this right also, you will get marks. So in this case, here will be comparison will somewhat like this. A will be compared with 2 and B will be compared with 5. So you see, A divided by 2 equals to K, means the value of A is 2K. And similarly B divided by 5 equals to K. Similarly the value of B will be 5K. Okay, now we know the value of A, we know the value of B, so we can do the sum means like that only. It will not be a big deal to do. I have said just now that the treatment of is to and division are same. So uh, 2 into, we will write 2k in place of A, and we will write 5k in place of B. I hope it is visible. And similarly 7 into 2k minus 5k. If you simplify it, you will get the answer as 39k divided by 9k. Kk will get cancelled, and finally the answer that you are going to get is 13 divided by 3, that is 13 is to 3. This is the final answer to the question. Now moving on to the last sum of the video. Actually the means I wanted to show you some more sums, but because my means battery is very much low in the phone, so I can't show you many sums. This will be the last sum of the video. Actually I have prepared 15 to 20 sums of but although it doesn't matter, battery is very much low. So let's complete the video by solving sum number 7. You see, a minus b is to a plus b equals to 7 is to 11. Find a is to b. Actually see, in such a cases when you don't have anything but just something given in the question, move on with the given part only. That is, a minus b divided by a plus b equals to 7 divided by 11. That will be nothing but 11a minus 11b equals to 7a plus 7b. Okay, if you further simplify it, you bring it here and bring it there. Means okay, I am solving it. 11a minus 7a equals to 7b plus 11b. You see, now you will get it as 4a equals to 18b. That means a is to b equals to 18 is to 4. Means a is to b equals to what? Yeah, 9 is to 2, the answer. The sum is fully completed. I hope you like the video. If you have liked the video, if the video is helping you, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Learning with Saurav. Please do follow me in Instagram. The link of the Instagram is given in the description below. Thanks for watching the video.